So how'd the game go?
Oh, you're not gonna believe this.
Try me.
Utah wins, defense looks good. Ian Cole was actually good. The board score a goal. Ingram makes a save from the hash marks. 2 fights happen, and we got the rookie lines right.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is the goaltender scored a goal.
Here in transition from the old to the new. Hello, Utah, and hello, Arizona. Welcome to the Albertan Coyotes Fan. While there was not a goalie goal to be had, Yotes win 6-5 against the New York Rangers. And that is the New York Rangers, the Rangers that won the President's Trophy last year. For those of you who don't know, the President's Trophy is awarded to the team that won the most points throughout the entirety of the season. And I gotta love how this season started out. We started out against Chicago. We started out against a team that's in the middle of a rebuild. They're not great. They're not great. So that's a good taste into NHL hockey for this team. We come out victorious. Then we go to New York. We face the Islanders, which is a playoff team, but it's not one of the bigger playoff teams. It's kind of the middle of the pack, kind of like the Coyotes were last year. We win against them in overtime. Then we face the Rangers, the President's Trophy, the top of the league, if you don't count who actually won the Stanley Cup. And we win. And not only do we win in an absolutely insane, unbelievable way that I get to talk about. So let's get into it. First period. We start out, Utah gets the first goal of the game. It goes to Barrett Hayton. Nate Schmaltz has the puck to start this whole sequence out. He drops the puck very beautifully to Clayton Keller, who sends the puck across to a rushing Barrett Hayton, who does a couple nifty moves, and he puts it into the back of the net. We go up by 1 early. Don't mind the camera change. It was pointing just a bit too high up. There were a couple things in this period defensively that I wasn't quite a fan of, but I was happy with how we handled it. There were a couple rushes that went the other way that were not dealt with because our defense was not back, and they were not anticipating the fact that the Rangers are a team that's known to have someone at the blue line, our blue line, ready to go in when the Rangers get the puck. So a couple times, the Rangers would go, and they'd have the net all to themselves, and the defense would have to rush back to try and break it up. Thankfully, Ian Cole and Kesselring both managed to actually play their positions well. They got back with quick pace to break up the play. And then Panarin scores. And Panarin scores on a sequence where both of our defensive guys are back and in the play. So far into the play that Panarin used Kolyanchuk as a screen to get the puck in past Ingram. Genther's got the puck in the other end. He tries to do a cross-crease kind of move, pulling the puck from his backhand to his forehand so that he could snap it home. Shesterkin reads it well. He sticks the stick out into the path, deflecting the puck away. Puck goes to the other end, and Ingram has to make his own save. The puck's in the left corner, and the Rangers take a shot. It glances off of the right pad of Connor Ingram. Durzee's there to clear the puck away as it lands basically just pancaked right in the crease, right ready for someone to grab it. Thankfully, it was Dursey. It goes out. We're safe. We're tied, but we're still safe. And then we get to the second period. And if you don't want whiplash, I suggest you buckle up. Utah gets a goal. There's some confusion in front of the net. No one knows where the puck is. The puck is sitting right beside Igor Shesterkin. McBain finds it. He backs the puck up, and he just tucks it home. We go up by 1. I almost said 2, but that's the amount of goals that we have. We got 2-1, but we go up by 1. Utah gets a penalty, so we go on the penalty kill, and in this penalty kill, Cooley shows us what he's made of when he blocks a shot with the body. And he goes down, it's coming at him at his chest, and he takes it like a champ. Panarin goes and scores his second, but he actually doesn't because there's a challenge on the play. The challenge was that Rempe was standing in the blue paint, affecting the play of Ingram. Now, the thing is, and this is why this call ended up with a bit of controversy. The New York Rangers absolutely lost it with this one. Ingram skates up the crease, to the top of the crease, kind of running into Rempe. So Rempe, while he was in the wrong for being in the paint, he was skated into. The refs determined that didn't matter. that Rempe still could have gotten out of the way or gotten off of Ingram before the shot was made, so it's no goal. And because it was challenged by the Rangers have a penalty, which is nullified almost 15 seconds later because Ingram decides to grab a guy. You're not supposed to do that. I don't know if you know that. But Utah scores a goal. Kerfoot goes around behind the net following a Rangers player. He lifts the stick, he grabs the puck, he cycles around, he finds Keller, who just lifts it into the back of the net like it's nobody's business. Yotes get another one. Stenlund takes a shot on a hard angle, which Shesterkin is not known for giving the hard angle shots any clearance. The puck goes, hits the post, hits Shesterkin in the back, and goes into the back of the net. Now, on the follow-through of the shot, Stenlund ended up hitting Schneider in the face. Because it's a follow-through, it's not high sticking, but Schneider still had to go off to the locker room. He had to go off for repairs. He was back later in this game. Rangers turn around. They get one back. The Rangers pass the puck to the boards. The boards takes a shot and scores. Ingram is behind the net thinking that the puck is going to ride the boards and he'll be able to break it up. But it takes a weird bounce off the stanchion and it just goes straight into the net, and that's a goal. Shesterkin's run into, and then there's a line brawl, essentially. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. 2 fights did break out, however. Kesselring and Carrick go at it. McBain and Edstrom go at it. McBain and Edstrom end up taking the shorthand of the stick on this one, though, because they started their fight after the Carrick-Kesselring fight started, which means that they get a game misconduct. Now, here's the fun thing. Because McBain was tossed, someone had to come up to fill his spot on the line. His line consists of McBain, Cooley, and Genther. McBain leaves. So now you've got Cooley and Genther. So Doan comes up to fill that empty spot, and we have the rookie line. Rangers get a penalty for goaltender interference that, again, the Rangers didn't really like. Sergachev and Cooley, the Rangers Cooley, are battling for puck position as the puck is sliding towards the Coyotes' end. Ingram sees this as an opportunity. He rushes out to deal with the puck that's going towards him, colliding in a 3-way pile-up where Ingram ends up on the ground. There's a shot that's taken by Cooley. It hits Ingram in the pads. It doesn't go into the back of the net. Even if it did, it wouldn't matter because the ref decided that this was goaltender interference. And the reason for it is because Cooley didn't look to make any effort to avoid Ingram. Now the thing is, Ingram was coming out of the net. There's a lot of argument that says if the goaltender's going to leave his crease, he should be kind of, at the very least, fair game, especially in a situation where you're trying to focus on the puck and the player beside you. I think, personally, I've seen circumstances where this sort of thing has happened against the Coyotes, and I've been kind of upset, but I think it's a good rule to stay in place because you don't want people going out and hurting people. It's kind of what the rules are there for, is to not go and hurt people. And one thing you very much need in hockey, if you're going to play the sport, is spatial awareness. Cooley didn't have that. He goes off to the box. There's another penalty to New York. They go down on a 5-on-3. We get through almost all of it, but Schmaltz goes and finds Genther, who just rips it into the back of the net again like it's nobody's business, scoring his 5th goal in 3 games. Then the Rangers get a goal. Schneider gets the goal. He scores, getting revenge for what happened to his face. Closing out the period, the Coyotes get a rush. They manage to sustain pressure in such a manner that Shesterkin ends up out of position, out of his net, for probably the last 7 or 8 seconds in this frame. Unfortunately, Utah couldn't capitalize on it, but I thought that the sustained pressure that they were holding on to, they played it really well. But we get into the 3rd period, where wouldn't you know it, Ian Cole goes on a penalty for hooking, because surprise, surprise, the guy who's known for not being careful with his stick wasn't careful with his stick. I will say that I do think that he is a good defenseman. After what I saw in this game, I will take my words back from last video and say I can see why we picked him up. That said, that's unacceptable. And to close out that power play for the Rangers, Miller ends up hitting a backhanded shot on a wide open net. And misses. Rangers will score a bit later. Adam Fox puts the puck into the back of the net off of the Rangers Cooley. So basically what I'm saying is it was Cooley's goal. And that about does it for this frame. This game ends up needing extra time, so we go to overtime, where there's a lot of cycling the puck in the same way that I was very upset about last year, but it happened on both sides. You have more space on the ice, I can understand it there. There was a chance for the Coyotes to finish the game out early. Doan had the puck, he was rushing down the length of the ice. It was off of a weird bounce off of the boards. He goes down, he's got Michelli with him. Passes to Michelli, who takes a shot, but Shesterkin manages to rob them. But that's okay, because we get into the last 2 minutes of the overtime frame, and Keller finds himself with the puck behind the Rangers' net. He skates around to the front of the net, and for whatever reason, the Rangers' defense decided to leave the front of the net. It looked like Zibanejad saw that there was something going on. He tried to turn around, but by that point it was too late. Keller did some quick moves, put it into the back of the net. The puck was continuing to be moved around as Keller was celebrating, because people didn't think that the puck was in the back of the net, like, at all. But the ref's blowing the whistle. He's pointing down. He's pointing, no, it was a goal. Keller's in the corner there on one skate, cheering while also going like this. And that's how the game ends. And unfortunately, my words don't do it justice. That game was insane. I don't know how else to put it. It was absolutely nuts. And again, like last game, I will say that the reason that these games are as exciting and as nerve-wracking as they are is because the defense needs work. In this game, it looks like it was, that point should be applied to both sides. It seemed like both sides had a lot of defensive breakdowns, especially that one play at the end. But even looking back at the first period where there were those 3 giveaways that were given up and the Rangers went the other way, while we got back and we dealt with them, or Ingram dealt with them, whichever it ended up being, those still shouldn't happen. We know the Rangers from last year, they did this then too. We know a couple other teams that also do that sort of thing. So we need to find a way to figure that situation out, that play out, so that that doesn't burn us. And we are not a good enough team yet to try and compete with that by sustaining offense. We will give the puck away. We give the puck away quite often. We've been better at sustaining pressure, but we still give the puck away a bit too often. We need someone back. As far as the offense was absolutely spectacular. The goaltenders, same thing. Absolutely spectacular, both sides. And that's really all I've got. I kind of figure on this one, I kind of want to let the game, or at least my reiteration of the game, speak for itself. It was a wild game. I don't know what else to really say about that. There was a lot of different things that happened that shouldn't have happened. There were a lot of things that happened that will likely not happen again for a while. There's a lot of things that no one expected to really happen at a hockey game, period, that happened tonight. So, I guess you can summarize it with, welcome to the NHL Utah. This is kind of standard operating procedure sometimes with us. So, we're very good as, at least the Coyotes, it looks like we're continuing that trend. We're very good at making people expect the unexpected. It just happens with us. It's how it goes. So, welcome aboard. So on Monday, we have a gross, disgusting, terrible, awful 11 o'clock in the morning game. And I'll be back for that. So, in the meantime, stay howling and go Yotes. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, you can hit the like button. You could also hit the subscribe button. There's a couple different ways to show your support. If you didn't like it, there's a button for you as well. Share this with your friends, and as always, I'll be back.